We have pizzas, we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries, all of our favorite foods. I want to see what's here when we leave, because I don't think it's going to be much. The reason we did this is because of the shutdown. We want to make sure that everything is right. So we sent out, we got this, and we have some wonderful people working at the White House. They helped us out with this. And I will say the Republicans are really sticking together. It's great to see, because we need border security. We have to have it. We have to have it. No doubt about it.
So I'm watching the media cover Trump ordering, quote, 300 burgers to the White House because of the shutdown, and I'm just watching it in awe at the absolute non-story that this is. Like, who gives a shit? This is not an issue. This is not a story. This is nothing. And yet this is being reported as if it's breaking news. Trump orders 300 burgers to the White House amid shutdown. All hands on deck. So Trump's like, because of the shutdown, we went out and ordered American fast food paid for by me. You can tell in a bunch of the videos that are going around of him doing this, that he sees it as being like a solidification of Americanism. The idea that he's when he says like, these are foods we all like, what he's saying is these are foods Americans like. These are foods Americans buy a lot of. And they do. Millions of them every day. These are hugely profitable chains. They're everywhere. This is not like something that is alien to the regular working American's life, which is one of the reasons why he's doing it. It goes to show you how out of touch the media and political class are when they look at this video and they just shit on Trump for having cheap food on expensive plates. But this is fucking symbolic. Imagine being so poor that putting 2 burgers on your order was a big stretch. Something you couldn't achieve, in fact. Something you were like, do I go for the second burger or do I go for fries as well? I have to make this choice. This is the treat that I'm having for this week, because I just can't afford anything fucking else, and I want to make this count. How am I going to maximize my enjoyment out of this? Because good God, I need to maximize that enjoyment. You sit a person like that down and you show them a spread like this, and it means more than any plate of caviar or foie gras or whatever it is you can possibly fucking imagine. Because they don't know what those things fucking look like. Right? These, they are very familiar with. This is a huge amount of goodness. Now, I'm not suggesting, of course, that the team that we're going to be eating them are thinking that. But Trump supporters, I think a large number of them have been in that position at least once or twice in their lives, where they're thinking, shit, you know. And so looking at that, they can think back of memories where they got their first paycheck and they bought themselves like 3 or 4 fucking burgers or something, because they were hungry and it was a fucking treat and they had earned it. Right? Like people who have actually struggled is what I'm saying, right? This is such an obvious statement of the dominance of the regular person over the trappings of the imperial palace. This shows you who Donald Trump is for. It shows you precisely who he is and what he's for. And there is no way that this is bad optics with his voting base. It's great for them. Everything Trump does just makes him more and more their guy. He's going to be a fucking legend by the time he dies. You understand? He's among certain circles, he's going to be a fucking folk hero. And then what was the coverage like? The coverage was fucking amazing. I mean, Trump highlights the narrative that he's personally paying for it, because again, when you're in that position, when you're personally paying for something, that matters. That actually matters. Yeah, he's a billionaire, or purports to be, as the left are saying now. Yeah, he's a billionaire. Okay, it's not a big deal for him. But the point is, Trump's like, look, I've bought you this meal. I'm going to sit here and make sure that everyone thinks America. He keeps saying the word America. He is very pro-America, which is his slogan, America first. And he surrounds himself in the trappings of America. It is unreal how this is unusual for the left to see. How they're just like, oh my God, how can they be doing this? With good reason. And I think it's going to be a very effective tactic. And if you look at the approval ratings of, say, Donald Trump at around, 42, 45%, something like that, and then Macron, Merkel, Theresa May, name a European leader. Name a popular European leader who isn't also a Donald Trump. Like, you guys don't understand that the technocracy isn't really very popular, and the people who represent it aren't really very nice people. They're really condescending and arrogant, and they're really making everyone sick of them. And I tell you what, right? And I just want to let you know, for anyone who's not like earning lots of money and who hasn't earned lots of money at any point in their life, right? It changes you, right? There's no fucking doubt it changes you. So at the end of the day, I say, as someone who's been in both camps now, right, there is definitely a massive empathy gap between the two. I guess I'm more annoyed at the rich people because of, power dynamics. But there is a distinct gap between the two, and it does change you, and it does change your point of view. Because, even while I'm saying that, I can remember, describing the remarkable joy of being able to buy yourself 3 fucking Big Macs, right? All at once. And and they're, good tasting burgers and whatnot, and it's a kind of selfish, guilty pleasure that you have, and a craving that you can go through when you're poor and you're fucking hungry. And you know what it's about. It's just about that. But just saying it, now that I'm not hungry and I'm putting on weight sort of thing, it feels ridiculous to say. And I can see why people who are rich, or at least wealthy enough for long enough, forget what it's like to be poor and find themselves unable to relate. Because they live in effectively 2 different worlds. And the roasting that he got from millionaire late night quote-unquote comedians just goes to show you exactly what I mean. Seth Meyers said, normally I would have a salad for dinner on Monday, but they told me they only eat every fast food. Hilarious. Stephen Colbert said he was just projecting his favourite foods onto him. No, he was extrapolating. As an American who is America first, an American president, who is America first, who is trying to promote a form of Americanism, a kind of culture out into the wider world, that's definitely true when he says that, in general, Big Macs and whatnot are favourite foods of Americans. They're treats. This is what poor people do on special occasions. You understand, Stephen, right? He's not projecting his favourite foods. And apparently they fucking tucked into them, didn't they? When he was giving his little speech saying, we were going to have this, we're going to that, they were cheering at parts. They're not unhappy to have fast food. Fast food is nice. It's not good for you, but you enjoy it when you can, and you give yourself that fucking permission to be a little bit fucking terrible. And they're only reporting 2 fucking comedians anyway, and that was hardly a roast. But I love what it says at the bottom of here. The White House didn't provide the cost. Well, the Washington fucking Post will. A Washington Post investigation into the price of 300 Big Macs. Fuck me! Nobody needs an investigation on how much 300 Big Macs cost. They just don't. It's just not necessary. Poor people already know the price of a Big Mac and can actually still do multiplication. Apparently, you upper-class caviar eaters don't eat at McDonald's, so it doesn't even fucking matter to you. But here we go. Politics analysis by the Washington Post. President Trump's extravagant $3,000 300 sandwich celebration. That's not extravagant. It's why the New Yorker's Helen Rosner was like, this is banal. Absolutely banal. And I completely agree with her. It is unbelievably so. Because Trump's base, in many ways, is that banal. They do regular jobs. They are regular people. They are the people serving you in shops and building your houses that you don't really see or really talk to. I love that this was written by Helen Rosner, the New Yorker's roving food correspondent. I bet this isn't what she expected when she did her liberal arts degree and was like, I've been hired by the New Yorker. This is going to be exciting, isn't it? No, it's going to be ridiculous, and you know it, and this is why you're disappointed. But anyway, going back to the Washington Post's important investigation, as Trump makes repeatedly clear, it is indeed a lot of food, but perhaps not a lot of food in the context of a hungry college football team. So, is it extravagant or is it not? In his comments, he claims there are 300 burgers, blah, blah, blah. It raises an obvious question. Exactly how much did all of this cost the president? That's not really a very obvious question because nobody gives a shit. A, he's a billionaire. B, we know that McDonald's is cheap trash. But apparently it's not that easy to just simply count the number of burgers because they weren't quite sure how many burgers were there. This is an archived version because I've apparently looked at too many articles on their website and I'm not paying them any money. But apparently there's a spread of the table where they're working out what burgers are where and trying to calculate the number of them. As if any of that fucking matters. Here is a fucking table of how much, and the breakdown. Oh, for McDonald's, oh, look at this. I'm looking forward to seeing this in a chart. Should we get a pie chart to see the market dominance of McDonald's over Wendy's, Domino, and Burger King? I tell you what, though, didn't get any of the bacon double cheeseburgers, which is the fat fuck's food of choice. Well in there. Only $60 at Burger King. I would have been disappointed. Burger King are much better than McDonald's. Don't fucking at me. But what the fuck? Nobody cares. You deranged lunatics. Nobody cares. This is ridiculous. The grand total, according to our accounts, Trump spent about, wait for it, $2,911 dues. Oh, and 44 cents, approximately. Was it enough food? How many calories was it? Oh, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you people? But this is easily the best fucking part of the whole thing. Right? Apparently, Trump says they bought 1,000 burgers for Clemson. It was piled up a mile high. Fact check. At 2 inches each, 1,000 burgers would not reach 1 mile high. What are you doing? That is clearly allegorical. It means a large number. It means is a big stack of burgers. A bigger stack of burgers than you will have been used to seeing, and the distorted impression of this will make you think it was a mile high. Obviously, that's not literal. Obviously. I mean, why do I have to say that? Like, it's not even that this is some sort of self-parody at this point. This is not beyond ironic. This is just worthless. Like, what you're doing has no value, except to Trump. Trump is actually benefiting from you looking ridiculous because you set yourselves up as the opposition party. Oh, but of course, Donald Trump then went on and lied about the number. Oh, it was like 1,000 or something, or 300. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But the most amazing one is that Trump was just too eager to serve fast food for the White House visit. That was it. He was just too eager. I mean, I don't know why. The guy doesn't really say fucking why. He just says it and that's it. It's just, why? Trump, burgers. Here's a bunch of people dunking on Trump for serving burgers. A bunch of fucking posh people who are just like, yeah, look at Trump, this fucking low-class loser. Yeah, he's a low-class loser and he kicked your ass by being a low-class loser because you refuse to see why you aren't connecting with other people.